So here we are in part 7 of learning what Andrey Smaev does in his bulking period, to see if we can get some insights on how he grew taller as a 27-year-old, which is cool enough. But add that to the fact that he's a bodybuilder, huge bodybuilder. He still got taller. And we're just seeing what he's doing, what his patterns are, and see if they correlate to what's written in the book Grow Tall Fast, where you can get at growtallfast.com. Okay? And we're seeing a lot of correlations. We even see that he drinks a drink called Grow Up. Okay? When I grew half an inch in 1 month, that is the drink I was drinking. In fact, we now call it liquid growth plate. Okay? Now, of course, the substance of the drink that he's drinking is not the same as the Grow Up drink in the book. It's basically some sort of apple fruit drink that he's drinking, but it's still called Grow Up. Okay, it's still, which is pretty cool, pretty nifty, pretty poetic. We love it. We love it here, and we also love the fact that he is certainly a vertical bodybuilder. He's a vertical bodybuilder. I mean, he got it. He has it. What can we say? This is a vertical bodybuilder. All right. Now, let's continue on with the rest of the video.
Nearly 450 calories and a solid 80 grams of carbs to fuel the session. The apple puree is called When I Grow Up. I'm drinking it, still hoping I'll grow up someday. So from the morning juice...
And he has been growing up. You're doing it, man. You're growing up.
We had 70 grams of carbs and now another 80. That's a total of 150 grams already. Time to crush the second pack of puree. That was super easy. Guess I'll have to down the third pack. Shouldn't have thought 2 would be enough.
Parents, if your child plays Roblox, listen up. You could qualify for up to $300,000 or more.
Today it's gonna be old school, training at my buddy's place, and we're making a special shake for him right now. We're calling it the Wild Pump Shake. We've got 2 scoops of Pump Apocalypse, 2 scoops of Pump Curse, Pump Corsica, and 1 scoop of Mother Bucker. That's 5 scoops in total. Make sure to stir it well. Hey, what's the rush?
Okay, I never drank drinks like this, but hey, to each his own. Yeah, I have experimented with gelatin before, but I wasn't able to give it a fair experiment because that was a time when I was focused on weight loss as well. Okay, and so with weight loss, with a focus on weight loss, the height was not going up. Okay, it was not. In fact, the height was going the other way. So The reason I mentioned gelatin is because gelatin has some of the amino acids that you saw on here. Okay, and my focus was to take enough of the gelatin so that I would get extraordinary amounts of certain amino acids. But that plan wasn't working out so well, not only because of my weight loss goals, but because of some other reasons as well. So anyway, I'm just saying I didn't do this, but to each his own. You might want to look into such things. Let me rewind it though, because I have heard of doing like 15,000 grams. 15,000 milligrams of arginine and 5,000 lysine. I think I've heard of that as being a big growth hormone booster. And apparently someone made a comment in a forum about him doing that, and I think he grew like 5 inches or something, and he had some sort of routine that he would do, and he would take this amino acid combo. I may have the combo wrong at the moment, but I just have to mention it because we're looking for correlations of what we know. And it's not simply correlation of what's in the book. It's just some things that we know in this community, this Grow Tall community. And I'm sure many of you have heard of the arginine lysine combo. So I'm just going to rewind it real quick to look at that. Let's see. Okay, here we see arginine 3,500 milligrams. I think the numbers that I saw were 15,000 milligrams. Now, I could have the numbers wrong. You can look into it yourself. I don't see lysine anywhere here. I do see L-citrulline, and I think I've seen that in some form before in terms of the Grow Tall help. But my style is I stay away from isolated compounds. I try to stay away from isolated compounds, and I rather stick to whole foods, like the whole food supplements. But that's my style, And if I coach someone, that's how I'm going to coach. Now, what someone does, is up to them. But anyway, we'll keep it moving.
Hey, what's the rush? Oh, you sure you're not gonna puke?
I said I'm not going to eat you. Relax. You don't know how to open a window anyway. What you going to do? Bust out the window? Relax. I told you I already ate. Okay, an exercise, dips, okay? With this guy, I see dips and pull-ups. Okay? Dips and pull-ups. I'm telling you, this is what I'm saying. And the guy, Tyro Life, Austin Wayne, dips and pull-ups. And there was a third exercise, sprinting. Sprinting. Did he do squats? I don't remember. But what I do remember about him were dips and pull-ups, and he grew 8 inches in 1 year. 7 to 8 inches in 1 year at the age of 17. And he did high reps of dips and squats. That's Austin Wayne, also known as Tyro Life, TYROLIFE. Find his channel, look at the playlist, and he have a playlist of videos about height growth, growing taller or whatever. And last check, there are about 14 videos on there. There may be more now. Okay? And one of the things that he would do when he was growing that year is he did high repetitions of dips and pull-ups. Okay? And he details how he did it. Okay? And as time went along that year, he eventually added weight to the dips and the pull-ups. But it was still high rep. It was still high rep. And of course he did sprints, okay? Guys, we're seeing correlation after correlation. Correlation after correlation. And I've talked about Tyro Life on this channel. In fact, in my book, Grow Tall Fast, which you can get at growtallfast.com, I have a link to a video where I talk about Tyro Life, okay? All right? And it's around the region where, if you read the book, well, no, I'm going to just get it. You'll see. I'm not going to ruin the surprise. Okay. Anyway, let's keep it moving here. Man, he's selling them dips. I gotta say, he is selling them dips, man. Dang, you can see the muscles from that distance. Good grief. What a physique, man. What a physique. I know that's right. Homeboy say, let me do something. Shit. Let me do something.
If you need help locating an item, find it fast with store maps in the app.
We just got back from an intense workout, starting off with cheesecake and a nut cake. The nut cake is 1,400 grams and the cheesecake is 1,100 grams. The cheesecake has 330 calories per 100 grams, and the nut cake has 310.
What I will say I noticed about that dessert is it was dairy and protein, apparently, I'm guessing, because he said nut cake. And we know nuts have protein, but in Go Tall Fast, I talk about animal protein, not so much vegetable protein, nut protein, whatever you want to call it. But just take your notes here. The dessert did consist of dairy and protein, but we'll use plant protein. Or I'll just say plant protein. Okay, it seems I'm guessing it was, that the nut cake actually had nuts in it, therefore protein. Okay, and I think the concept is agreeable to me because I have thought of the concept of grow tall desserts. I've thought of that. I thought having a grow tall cookbook. Who knows? One day it may happen. Grow tall fast cookbook, and have different recipes in there, and in there would be grow tall desserts. Okay. But anyway, grow tall soups, grow tall chili, and grow tall chili will be made with fava beans. Okay. Yeah, I actually made me one, and I call it spaghetti western chili. Grow tall chili. I don't know, but what I did was I had fava beans. And I put the ground beef in it. I got frozen fava beans, put ground beef in it, all this stuff. And try to make it taste like a chili. And it was pretty good. And it was like Italian style, though. It was kind of like, had a little Italian flavor to it. And what did I do? I watched the spaghetti western while I ate my chili, my fava bean chili. I had to try it. You be watching them Western movies and they be eating beans and they be looking good when they be eating beans. So let me have me some grow tall beans while I watch a spaghetti Western. So I made some chili, gave it an Italian flair, and I watched a spaghetti Western movie. Guys, it is what it is. My life has to rhyme. Okay? I like rhyme. Okay? Meaning. This is another word for meaning. We'll continue.
At the end, I ate half of the nut cake and 300 grams.
What do we see here, ladies and gentlemen? What do we see here? We see decompression. Okay? We see decompression. Look like homeboy about to take a nap. Homeboy ate and about to take a nap, just like them babies be doing. They take in that dairy, gag goo goo. Gag goo goo. They go lay down. Lay down with it. Homeboy chilling. ate all that food, and look, he rushed his circulation. He got his circulation going crazy now because of that workout. And he actually followed a carb backloading principle. Because, you exercise and you remove all the glycogen stores and stuff, and then you take in some sweet and you have a growth boost. In fact, I talked about this concept in the book, Grow Tall Fast, which you can download at growtallfast.com. Guys, I've graduated to the point where I can have commercials in my own videos. It only took me about 13 years, 12 and a half years? Wait, no, about 14 years. Good grief. Yeah, it'll be 14 years in September there. Okay, but anyway. But yeah, in the book Grow Tall Fast, where you can download at growtallfast.com, I talk about the concept of carb backloading. Carb backloading. You can look up carb backloading and find out what it is. But the principle is removing your glycogen stores and all that stuff and working out like crazy. And then working out like crazy at the end of the day to build muscle. And you have a bunch of sweets and stuff before bed. That is the carb backloading principles. And there are variations of what you can do with it. And so when it came to eating carbs, I talk about it, the book, it really encourages milk and meat. But when it comes to carbs, like I said, it puts it in context. And one context that carbs was put in is the carb backloading context, where carbs could possibly be used to enhance vertical growth. Yes, carbs could possibly be used to enhance vertical growth if one follows the carb backloading principles. And that's what he's doing. And the thing is, you can apply the carb backloading principles any time of day. But again, guys, we're seeing these correlations again. These are principles of growth here. And what I love about his dessert, while he's doing carb backloading principles to a degree, I mean, what did he even call it? Like when he started, like before his workout, I won't get into all that. What I like about his dessert is that not only is it sweet, it also has dairy. So it's like a double whammy in terms of vertical growth. Okay? Because the sweetness itself and the fact that he's lying down afterward, I mean, this is vertical stuff. But then to add the dairy to it. Hey, man. And see, and when you bust it out like that with the workout, and it was a high rep workout, which is what Tyro Life did. He did dips, high reps and stuff. Okay? So he did all that where carbs are okay. And when you do it this way, it's even the carbs go more toward lean mass when you do it this way. But it's kind of like an emptying occurs first. And like with fasting, you're doing an emptying. And so he did that workout. He did an emptying. And now he put this stuff, those desserts in, and now he's laying down. Hey, that's I just feel like I'm looking at some cool stuff, y'all. I mean, these are correlations. These are correlations. There's a book called Carb Backloading. I think it might be an interesting read for you. And it will be more interesting if when you read it, you have a grow tall mind while you read it. Know some grow tall principles. I do recommend Grow Tall Fast at growtallfast.com. Read that. You can listen to the audio, but also get the book Carb Backloading, and you can read that as well. And you may be able to find that free somewhere on the internet. Okay? Then he's laying down. Decompression. He finished sleep on that. And you know what happens during sleep? Growth and regeneration. That's what happens when we sleep. Growth and regeneration.
In the end, I ate half of the nut cake and 300 grams of cheesecake. Sleep is very important. Ideally, you should take a nap for an hour after your workout. You'll feel much better, and your second session will be easier.
Y'all, he just gave me an idea. I mean, surely when you sleep at night, yeah, I would say go for 8 hours minimum. But like the poem I mentioned, it's not about the 7, do the 9 to 11. So for sleep, of course 8 minimum, but you may go to our 9 to 11 hours of sleep. Whatever feels healthy and comfortable. But I would most certainly recommend a full night's sleep. A full night's sleep, like 8. But again, this is why I want to retire, y'all, because when I had my best grow tall journey, I was in a semi-retired circumstance. It was just a beautiful period in my life where I had the time, even had the help, and my help had the time. It was great. And so, did I take naps in the middle of the day? I'm not sure. Well, my memory isn't clear, but I'm thinking probably, maybe I did. But I like this concept. Now, just imagine in your case, if you have the time and you're able to do intense grow tall workouts or whatever, and we can include dips and pull-ups as a part of that high rep, but there may be some other grow tall protocols you do, and you're able to fill up on the right things, and what if you're able to take naps? Hey, that's what babies do. And we talk about how babies are. Like, we learn from baby. What do babies do? Babies sleep all the time. And they grow super fast. They grow very fast. They grow tall fast. Babies. Babies grow tall fast. And what do? They drink milk and sleep. They drink milk and sleep. They drink milk, cry, and sleep. They drink milk and sleep. They cry all the time. They're being afflicted. They're going through all these afflictions. Talking, don't know why they understand it. So they drink milk, cry, and sleep. Okay? That's life. And him, he afflicted himself as well. What do you call them pull-ups? Them dips. That was affliction, dairy, and sleep. You see? It's the poetry of life. It all matches. Okay? It all matches. And what's happening? He grew at 27. Guys, he might grow at 28, 29, and 30. We don't know. If he keep doing the same thing, he might keep growing. Hey, we can just keep watching him, see what happens. Give him 2 more years. 2 more years when he turned 29. Ask him again. Hey, buddy, how tall are you? We don't even got to say nothing. Just let him do his thing. We ain't got to say nothing in the meantime. Just let him do his thing. Ask him again a couple years later. Hey, buddy, how tall are you now? He might be like, I don't know how he respond to that. But let him measure his height. We might get more confirmation, reconfirmation, building our faith, making the placebo stronger. And I'm not saying the height is all placebo, but part of it could be. It's so beautiful, y'all. So beautiful. Babies, dairy, affliction, and sleep. Wah, 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 crying. They have their milk and they sleep. And in the book, I talk about what was pointed out in the book Miracle of Milk, that babies, well, no, let me speak simply and truthfully here, because I'm mixing 2 different things. In the book, I talked about how it's interesting that babies drink milk while they're in a position for decompressing. They drink milk laying down or in a reclined position. But anyway, let's keep it simple here. Babies, affliction, dairy, sleep. This guy, he afflicted himself, then had a dairy dessert, and now he's taking his baby nap. Out of regard for his pet, we're going to call it a cat nap. Okay? In fact, we'll even go further and we'll call his dessert catnip. Affliction. Catnip. Catnap. Video number 8. Next.